And the new people who are coming in and attacking the pain points more head on, more direct, the algorithm's letting them have more expansion and more room, and they're gobbling up potentially all of your clients that you could have easily had. What's up, everybody? I want to sit down right now and just address with you all something that has been front and center with me for a little while here, and something that I'm thinking a lot about. And that's this idea that the likes and engagement that you're getting on your current social are actually holding you back. And they're a detriment to you moving forward and doing business with the people you actually want to do business with, and getting the attention of the consumer that you actually want to do business with. And here's how I think about it. When we kind of step out in a professional setting, you know, let's use LinkedIn as the example, right? When we first jumped into the LinkedIn feed and started talking to the world, we did so pretty conservatively. We did so knowing that our former colleagues, our former bosses, peers, other professionals, folks were watching, because not a lot of people were sharing content on LinkedIn, frankly, right? So once we started doing that, you know, we felt like eyeballs were on us, and rightfully so, because they were. But what we did is we stepped out in kind of a plain vanilla form. We stepped out and started creating and writing content and sharing thoughts with the world, you know, the way we probably talk in a protected boardroom setting, right? So we were careful. We were careful with what we said, careful with how we spoke, careful with our message. We probably mimicked a lot of what we saw and other people that we saw creating and talking on the platforms. And that was all well and good 18 months ago, 24 months ago, you know, 36 months ago. That stuff all made sense. It was very new. You know, coming out and talking to the world professionally in a social environment was new. So we were careful, we were protected, we were guarded, conservative. Well, here we are, right? Now we're in the fourth quarter of 2021. Many more people, competitors, contemporaries, other industries, businesses are out there doing this, talking in the professional setting on social media. So it's crowded, it's noisier. And what we did is, over time, we've probably, most of us, stayed in a lane of talking the way we talked originally. And here's the thing that I want to get to. When we came out in a professional setting on social media originally, we probably garnered quite a bit of attention, and it was flattering, and it made us feel good. And the likes came in, and the engagement came, and we built a community, and it felt terrific, and it feels terrific. And then what happens is that community kind of plateaus and flatlines. You start to write and create for the people that have originally always liked and engaged with your stuff. But as the playing field has become more competitive, we haven't raised our game up to catch the attention of more people, of the people that are out there that we still need to get in front of and want to do business with. So think about it like this. You come out in the professional setting, LinkedIn, whatever social media platform, you're very conservative 24 months ago, you build a great following, a community, people like your stuff and they engage with it. Well, that organic reach kind of disappears and goes away. Now more people pour in, but they're talking more direct. They're not taking as much of a conservative approach because they're getting in later and they're seeing the evolution of this thing, and they're being more direct. They're addressing pain points more head on. They're you know, aggressive is probably the wrong word, but they're a little bit more aggressive with their message and how they're getting in front of you. And what they're doing is they're gobbling up so much more attention because you've plateaued and are putting out that plain vanilla content that continues to attract the same people. And I hate to do this, but this is what happens. The algorithm basically continues to cast your net only in this small little area where the same school of fish are. And the new people who are coming in and attacking the pain points more head on, more direct, the algorithm's letting them have more expansion and more room, and they're gobbling up potentially all of your clients that you could have easily had you expanded your message and not allowed yourself to plateau to the likes and the engagement. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. I want to try to explain this in such a way that it drives home the point. Think about it like if you continue to say the same thing over and over and over again, typically what's going to happen is you're going to have a community of people that just like you and they support you, and they're going to give you, they're going to give you they're going to clap their hands for you because they're just in support of you. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to catch anyone else's attention with that who doesn't already know you. And that is the difference. That is what I want you to pay attention to. That's what I want you to think about. You have to challenge your content, your message, to grow your audience, because you're always going to have the supporters out there, and the supporters can be a detriment to where you can go with your message, because they're always going to clap their hands for you. They're always going to be glad to see you. They're always going to pat you on the back, and they're terrific, and I love them, and you should love them. They're the community, they're the foundation of the community you've built, and you should be proud of that. But at the same time, if you're not talking beyond them, the folks who are out there looking to consume and gobble up real, authentic messages and content that address their pain points, you're not talking to them because you're talking in the clouds and the fluff. They're looking for people who are getting right in front of them, right direct with the message, right direct with the point. And those people are now out there in the social platforms, in LinkedIn, which they weren't 24 months ago. So think about that. Your competitors are they're gonna gobble up market share because they're gonna be more aggressive and to the point, while you continue to play the game of enjoying the accolades and the taps on the back and the claps. Another point on this is, like, you might take my advice. I hope you do. You take my advice and you go out and you start addressing some of the pain points that people need to hear. You might not get the pats on the back and the engagement that you're used to and the likes. That's okay though. That's part of the process of building a larger audience, because now you're talking in such a way that people are not super familiar with. Your current audience is kind of like, well, okay, this is a little bit different. And they'll probably still like it, engage with it. But the new audience doesn't know you yet, and they might not be ready to click like, to engage, to comment, to do all those things yet. They will, but they might not be there yet. And I would just challenge everybody here to step out of that plain vanilla box. That showing up, that I know if I throw out these 3 paragraphs, or if I, put this post together and structure it in such a way it's going to get me 22 likes, like, you've got to move beyond that, because those 22 likes are not the people you want or need to do business with. And the people who want and need you, you need to talk to them and be more aggressive in addressing their pain points and drilling in, because the high level LinkedIn thing is over. This is now a game of, like, I'll do another video on this because it's a big one for me. This is meritocracy. Like, do you actually know how to address the problems that me and my business are having? And if you do, I want to be able to see you talk about them, and then I know, right? That's the thing. That's the game. Cheers, guys. If this has brought you any value, like always, I always do this, but if this has brought you any value, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. If you're listening to this on the Unfiltered podcast, please give it a rating. It means the world to me. It really does. Like, I personally love the feeling of just knowing that I'm providing value. That's really all it is. I don't care if 10 people watch it or if 2,000 people watch it. I mean, I do. That's probably a bit of a lie. It'd be cool to have 2,000 people watch it. But the point is, like, if I can bring one of you guys value, that would mean the world to me. Yeah. Cheers. Talk soon, guys.